This is a 15-minute beginner stability ball core workout. This video is the first video in a 3-part series. If you're looking for a more challenging ball core workout, have a look at our intermediate and advanced workouts. In this video, we're going to do 5 exercises. The first 2 sets are going to be an isometric hold for 30 seconds, and the second 2 sets are going to be more dynamic movement for 30 seconds. The exercises are all done using a ball, and you can have a look at the link in our description to check what size ball is right for you. The exercises we're going to be doing are a ball bridge, a ball adductor squeeze, a dead bug hold, a side-lying glute abduction hold, and a ball plank with a single leg extension. I'm going to do the exercise with you now, and they're going to take about 15 minutes. Let's get going. Our first exercise is going to be an isometric bridge hold. So you're going to make sure your head's in a good position, your shoulders are nice and flat on the mat. You're going to activate your core and then imprint it as you roll your hips up to the sky, and then you're going to hold that contraction for 30 seconds. You should only be feeling this in your hamstrings and glutes. We're going to repeat these isometric holds for the first 2 sets, and then in set 3 and 4, you're going to add some dynamic movement to the exercise. In your third set, you're still going to do this for 30 seconds, but now you're going to add movement to it. So you're going to add some dynamic movement. So you're going to imprint, roll your hips up to the sky, maintaining that nice imprint, and then you're going to roll your back down. When you get to the top, you're going to hold it for about 3 seconds and slowly roll down. Make sure you feel the hamstrings and glutes engaging. Do not feel any lower back pain with this exercise. Right, now we're going to do an adductor squeeze hold. So you're going to be in a nice neutral position on the mat. So nice head tuck, shoulders flat on the mat. You're going to activate your core by pulling in your rib cage, pulling in your belly button. You're not going to go into an imprint this time. And then you're going to squeeze the big ball between your knees, and you're going to maintain that isometric hold for 30 seconds. We're going to repeat this for 2 sets as well. Right, in sets 3 and 4, we're going to add some movement. So you're going to squeeze the ball and then release it. And squeeze it for about 3 seconds and release it. Make sure you're maintaining your nice core activation. You should be feeling this in your stomach as well as your adductors and your groin area, getting nice and strong there. Right, time to challenge you a little bit more. We're going to do an isometric dead bug hold. This is quite a tricky one to maintain. So either go for 15 seconds a leg, or if you can, 30 seconds a leg. So you're going to keep your chin nice and tucked, your shoulders nice and flat, make sure there's no tension in your neck and shoulders, and then you're going to have nice neutral core engagement. So you're going to pull in your ribs, pull in your belly button, do not let your back arch up, and the ball is going to go onto your left knee, and your right hand's going to be pushing that ball into your left knee, and then your opposite side is going to extend out, and you're going to maintain that position for 30 seconds. You can't maintain 30 seconds, and do 15 seconds a leg. Then you'll swap to the other side, and you're going to get a nice abdominal contraction with this exercise. Most important, no back pain. So in sets 1 and 2, you did an isometric hold of that dead bug position. In sets 3 and 4, we're going to add some movement in. So same again, you're going to try and go for 30 seconds, but make sure your technique is good and you only feel it in your stomach. To make it a little bit easier, if you're struggling, you can extend your legs slightly upwards instead of straight down to the ground. But make sure you keep engaging that core so that your back doesn't arch up off the mat and you're getting nice abdominal strengthening happening. Once everything's activated and nicely lined up, you're going to slowly extend opposite arm and leg. You're going to keep it on the same side for 30 seconds. So if the ball is on your right leg with your left arm pushing onto the ball, you're going to slowly extend your left leg and your right arm for 30 seconds. The same side extends for 30 seconds, and then you'll switch it over. We're going to do 2 sets of side-lying hip abduction. So you're going to start on your elbow, keep that elbow nicely tucked under your armpit. Make sure your head's in a good position so there's no strain on your neck or your upper traps. You're going to engage your core so that your hip is not sagging down to the ground. So you're going to really suck that hip up without lifting your pelvis off the ground. And you're going to lift the top leg, keep it nice and straight, and make sure your foot is nice and straight. So often what happens is guys start to rotate that hip upwards, and you'll see your baby toe will start to point up to the sky. Make sure this doesn't happen. So almost get your heel slightly pointed up to the sky, and you'll get a lot more sort of glute engagement happening as opposed to letting that lateral quad take over. Sets 3 and 4, time to add some movement to your leg abduction. So you're going to keep your same setup, make sure your core is nicely activated, your shoulders nicely aligned, and your head's in a nice neutral position so that you can only feel your glute working. And you're going to lift that leg up and slowly take it down to touch the floor. Don't overlift the leg either, otherwise it's going to go straight into your back. So lift and sort of extend that leg out until you reach a point where it almost doesn't want to go anymore without you having to bend your hip in. Don't let your hip bend in, rather stop there and take your leg back down to the floor. That way we're only engaging the glute muscles. Another challenging exercise, we're going to do a ball plank with single leg extension. So it looks a lot easier than it is, but you're going to find you're going to move around quite a bit on the ball. So make sure you keep your shoulders nicely set so that it doesn't get you in the neck and the upper traps. Engage your core stability. So really pull in the ribs, pull in the belly button, clench the glutes to make your pelvis nice and stable. And slowly extend one leg out. You can almost point your toe. Don't overlift the leg because it's going to throw you straight off the ball. And also try to get that leg above your heel of your grounded foot. You can keep that opposite foot on the ground for a bit more stability. Make sure your lower back doesn't sink down onto the ball, so you're going to really suck that up and keep a nice neutral pelvis. Keep your head position also looking at the floor in front of you. Don't extend up ahead of you. Otherwise, you're also going to find that it's going to catch you in your neck muscles. Hold each leg for 30 seconds, and we're going to repeat 2 sets each side. Sets 3 and 4, we're going to challenge you a little bit more, and we're going to do alternating leg extensions. So maintain your posture as in the first 2 rounds. You're going to extend one leg out. You're going to hold it for about 3 seconds. And then you're going to bring that foot back down to the ground, put that knee on the floor, and extend the other leg out. Hold it for 3. Make sure you're in complete control before you bring it back to switch sides. You're going to see you're going to have to work a lot harder in your upper body to stabilize with every extension that you do. I really hope you enjoyed this beginner core workout routine. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click on our next video, which is the intermediate version of this, and like our page and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Cool.